All right, hello everyone. Hello everyone. I just wanted to go ahead and get started. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm creating a cue every single day, basically based on some random words and a random story that ChatGPT will generate based on those words. I'll be writing music for it, and then we'll kind of see how that all turns out. So let me go ahead and we'll find some keywords. Definitely open to suggestions on that, and then we can go ahead and get started writing. All right, so for our keywords, we'll try user, um, tree, and fence. And then what I do is I go ahead and plug it into ChatGPT. So I have to pull that up real quick. Pull that. Seems like I am having a little bit of internet connectivity issues this morning. So I will record this and post it to YouTube. And I will try to fix that in the future, but if you bear with me, it should only cut out for a few seconds. Seems like I am having a little bit of internet connectivity issues this morning. So I will record this and post it to YouTube. And I will try to fix that in the future, but if you bear with me, it should only cut out for a few seconds. Seems like I am having a little bit of internet connectivity issues this morning. So I will record this and post it to YouTube. And I will try to fix that in the future, but if you bear with me, it should only cut out for a few seconds. Seems like I am having a little bit of internet connectivity issues. Alrighty, so that's kind of an interesting vibe. I don't think I've ever composed something like this before. I'll play the story for us so we can kind of hear what it is, and loosely base our score on that.
You've got your story, 3 images representing
Alrighty,
its beginning,
so that's kind of an
middle, and
interesting vibe.
end,
I don't think
and the
I've ever composed
suggested
something like
musical
this before.
elements. Key,
I'll
D
play the
minor,
story for us
80
so we can
BPM,
kind of
meter,
hear what it
6
is.
eighths. This should give you a strong foundation for scoring a piece that captures the reflective and emotional weight of the story. Let me know if you need any adjustments.
Yeah, for some reason, whenever we have an image, it just kind of reads off the prompt for the image, so I'm just having it repeat just the story.
The dividing line. Ethan stood at the edge of his property, staring at the old fence that separated his land from the dense forest beyond. The fence had been there for generations, a worn but sturdy barrier between his family's orchard and the untamed wild. Over the years, the trees had grown close, their roots pushing against the wooden posts, as if nature itself sought to reclaim the boundary. One tree in particular had always drawn Ethan's attention. A massive oak, gnarled and ancient, its branches extended far over the fence, casting long shadows on both sides. As a child, he used to climb it, his fingers brushing the rough bark, his feet balanced between his world and the unknown. But now, as an adult, the fence felt more like a final line, one that had to be maintained. One evening, after a storm had swept through the valley, Ethan found the old oak leaning, its roots half ripped from the ground. The weight of it pressed against the fence, the structure groaning under the strain. If it fell completely, it would take the boundary with it. His father's voice echoed in his mind. The fence holds more than just our land together. But Ethan wasn't sure what that meant anymore. As the wind howled through the trees, he made his decision. With an axe in hand, he approached the oak, prepared to sever it from the land it had claimed. But as he raised the blade, he hesitated. The roots clung to both sides of the fence, neither fully belonging to the orchard nor the wild. He realized in that moment that some things weren't meant to be divided. Instead of cutting it down, he worked through the night, reinforcing the fence while allowing the tree to remain, its roots entwined in both worlds. By morning, the storm had passed. The tree still stood, bending but unbroken, just like the land it connected.
Okay. So there we go. It's a story about a tree. Um, yeah. So I'll go ahead and just add these pictures to the project. There we go. We'll shoot for like just a 30-second piece, and then I'll probably start getting longer the more days that we go on. But this is just day one, so we'll just go ahead and get this all figured out. 20. Okay. So we got our 3 images here. You can kind of keep this up in the corner. Try to keep it out of the way. I wonder if I can dock it. Dock. There we go. So from this image, basically, we'll simplify the story. So there's a tree, and it goes through a storm, and it survives the night. So I think we want to focus on sort of one main motive or motif or whatever, basically just to give this composition a backbone. Um, so, well, we can give it a quick little atmosphere first. I'm just seeing kind of maybe a little bit of a windy sort of pad that will give it a little life and, give us a starting spot so we're not just working with a blank page. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up, let's see, cinematic pads. There we go. Yeah, so this one is called Woodland Wind. And let's see, what key are we supposed to write this in? So I did, as part of the challenge, I tell it what key it'll write it in, and we have to kind of go with that. So it looks like D minor and 6/8, and a tempo of 80 beats per minute. That's not a bad start. Okay, and one of the parts of this challenge, I think, is to basically be able to score it um, to the images. Basically, it's practice for film scoring, even if it doesn't quite line up on the beat. So that's one thing I do want to practice a little bit. Let's see what kind of instruments would work well with this. Thinking maybe a harp. And then lots of woodwinds. Let's try a harp. Oh, I did say this was supposed to be in D minor. Let me switch this. Well, what we'll do is we'll write it in a major key, and then we'll kind of swap to minor as the rains come in. So it looks like one of these motifs that we were establishing, or motives, I guess, is this. This, it looks like it goes from B to F sharp. So I'm going to try to kind of copy that in the harp a little bit. So one of the big points of composition is learning how to essentially take one idea like this and just apply it in, a million different contexts. So so this is going to have to be one less beat. So this would actually go to 4/8. That way we can line the beats up with the markers. Let's see. And then go right back to 6/8. Okay, let's work on doubling this a little bit. I'll bring this onto the main screen here. Try to make this a little bit more interesting. So it goes. Oh, make sure we glue these tracks together so we can see them both. And quantize it real quick. We want to try to close this with a bit of a cadence. So when we enter the next phrase, it doesn't, well, it feels like a new phrase. One of the main things with music is being able to punctuate it. Alright, yeah, this part does feel a little weird, but hopefully we can kind of smooth it out with, well, we'll figure something out. Then we'll go ahead and basically take some of these notes and we'll double it onto the clarinet. Let's see, here it is. Okay, why am I not getting sound from my clarinet? It's quiet. Right, and then we can go in and basically fix it. I'll go ahead and record the modulation wheel so it feels more like a performance. Let's see. Right, shrink this down a little. I did close this. Okay, and then we can go into this needs to be doubled with a flute and maybe some strings. It just feels a little empty. Um, let's see. Alto flutes maybe? I think if I turn on the visibility for the clarinet, yeah, I can see the mod wheel info. I mean, I don't want to follow it exactly, but I can roughly follow it here. And the expression. The idea here is that I'm trying to create some interesting harmonies. Okay. And then I'll just double this. I'll keep it exactly the same on a bass clarinet. Let's see. Bass clarinet sustain. Alright, and copy the general shape of it. Go to mod. Octave it down. Okay. Then I might even be able to add in like a pizzicato below it. Go ahead and throw in a pizzicato. And then it would be interesting if I could find some ways to bring in that. I don't want to step and put it. Okay, go into recording mode. Make sure it's quantized. Okay, we'll double it once more onto our mid strings. Right string sustains. Oh, I should be comparing this to the alto flutes. Okay, then keep a similar modulation here. The strings I can have more than one part actually. Well, let's see. The main motif is this. I can just kind of repeat that. It's like if I slowly raise it every time, it does give like a sense of progression. Or like a long-term shape, I guess, is what I'm going for. Right, so we got kind of a general arching shape, and then it dips. And that's kind of a lot of music is building shapes, both short-term shapes like that, and then longer form shapes. That's what makes music interesting to listen to. You want to see how the shapes kind of develop. That might be a little bit too fast. I'm worried about that. So I'll try basically to half time it. Let's see. Okay, and then the way that I want this to develop, I think we want some tremolo strings, because it does go very abruptly from happy to stormy. So we'll bring in some tremolos. Let's see. I'm going to start the recording right here so we can kind of build into it so it's not so abrupt. Okay. I'm going to change this color because when it's white, um, like whenever it's selected, you can't really see what's going on. Oh, that color's not much better. There we go. And then I'm going to kind of fade these out. I mean, they do fade out a little bit already, but just kind of helping. Basically, all of this here is going to be a transition, especially when it doesn't line up on the beat quite right. Then it's really important to smooth out the transition like that. Transition. Okay, I'm going to bring in a bassoon. And the idea is to take that last bit, but make it smoothly transition into the next part. So it goes da da da, and then da, but we have to change that last note so it actually works with the new chords. And actually, what we could do, let's see, what chord is this? I think it's G minor. So instead of doing an F sharp, do a B flat, we could do a G. Let's see, make sure we just turn on all these. We'll go and fix all the issues. Okay, so these are fine. The main thing that we have to fix is the F sharps. that's much smoother. Something like that. Butchered that one. Okay, and then we'll take the bass clarinets. These, yeah. Okay, see how that transition sounds now. I think this chord is supposed to go a little bit longer. Okay, give that a quick listen. Okay, and then because the tempo gets a little weird, or the click track gets a little weird, I'm gonna basically just let these sustain for these 6 beats, and then I'll bring the harp back in. I'm just arpeggiating that minor chord here. Let's see. Figure out. I think this is A minor. Yeah. Just make sure this is oh, I'm just realizing I don't think the Cinepad is playing necessarily the same chords as the tremolo strings. So I will basically just replace this with whatever the tremolo strings are playing, just so we have nice chords that work together. But I can octave it down. There we go. So now it's nice and smoothly spread out. This one. Okay, what key is this in? Looks like E minor. Oh, I wonder if I volume down this. I'm going to push this over to my other headphones. gotta make sure that it monitors recording. That goes all the way through. If I can add some interesting clarinet parts here. So this first one is G minor. I think it sounds better actually without the clarinet. Just because, I mean, the beats get a little weird. I actually kind of like the abrupt stop here because it's kind of a calm immediately after the storm. So I'll let it stop for a second, and then probably like right about here, I'll bring the harp back in with a a major melody again. Well, it goes from... Let's see, E is the fifth of A, so we can go from E to A major. Alright, we'll give it a quick listen. See if it matches the vibe. Just cleaning it up a little bit. There we go. I mean, it captures the vibe pretty well. It matches the time changes, and the transitions are smooth. Well, sort of smooth. Go ahead and give it one more listen, just to make sure everything's sounding okay. I know the mix isn't the best, but this is mostly just composition practice for film scores that don't always line up on the beat exactly. So I'll zoom this up a little bit. Alright, that's about all the time I have. If I had more time, I'd probably add like a cymbal roll right up into the silence here. And probably have it crescendo up into the silence. And then I would probably add some wind sound effects here. Well, here in the storm. Just to increase the intensity. And maybe add something a little bit more melodic. And probably put a boom there at the end. But yeah, I'll go ahead and post this recording up onto YouTube. So sorry about any connectivity issues. I'm going to look into that. But thank you so much for watching.